All right, people. Welcome back. Zyberpunky and friends. Today we have Officer Dan.
Hello.
And yes, we're going to be talking about two topics. One of them, it's the ESRB being dumb, and the halfway will be a Final Fantasy. So let's first talk about the ESRB being stupid again.
Yeah.
So so it has this teen for teen language and violence, in-game purchases, including random items. Okay, so they just, I don't know, man. They just at least trying to at least hide what it actually is. I mean, we all know it's gambling. We all know it's a casino in a freaking game.
It just seems like the bare minimum effort. I don't think anybody cares that this is on ESRB labels.
Exactly. I
I don't
mean,
think it's gonna do really anything.
yeah, it's. I mean, they need to do better than this. I mean,
Especially versus the countries that have taken way more drastic action than that.
yes. I mean, the ESRB is the US type of rating.
Yeah.
So
Makes me wonder what Peggy did.
Peggy, yeah, they kind of doing something at least better than ESRB, but I do not know much about the Peggy.
Yeah, I should have looked that up.
Yeah, so right now, let me read a little bit of this article. So it says, in April 2018, the ESRB began assigning interactive elements to physical video games with the in-game purchases and users interact notices. The in-game purchases interact element informs parents and other consumers of when a game offers the ability to purchase additional item without leaving the game, to provide even greater transparency about the nature of in-game items available for purchase. The ESRB will now begin assigning a new interactive element. Oh god.
That's not enough. That's just in the image that you show me is that stuff is really tiny. It can really fill the contents of why a game could be rated T could really fill up the box.
They have
it
it
a ton of different things. I think it was like that for Batman. It takes up 3 lines and it's a bunch of tiny text.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you gotta squeeze that in somewhere.
And they have it under it when they put online may change. I don't know what it says, but online may change.
I know what you're talking about. They're not responsible for what you see.
Exactly. Online. They just put it oh yeah, it's there, and we're not responsible for it. That's the attitude that these guys have right now. My gosh, and the items without leaving the game. I'm man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever you want to call it, surprise mechanics.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even know what you're gonna get. This is what it means. You don't know what you're gonna get. It's okay, if I buy a DLC, let's take for example, Smash. New DLC, new character. I can buy it because I know what it is. I know what it comes. And it's not a surprise loot box, which randomly is a random character, a character that I don't want, or I did want, that I don't know. Yeah. It's basically this NBA 2K again. You remember that commercial?
Yeah. It's so funny. I remember making fun of that with you a while back.
Dude, we roasted that freaking shit. How can you be so surprised at something? do you actually wanted that? I don't know. Like, these people take advantage of people that cannot impulsively control themselves, because this can be very addictive, and they taking advantage of this thing because they know there are people that are very addicted to this thing, because you get this price mechanic, and you spend like at least $10, and then you didn't get what you wanted, but then you try again, and then you try again until you get it. This is the type of mentality of these people. You just
Yeah.
Like, they actually said, like, right there in parentheses, like, includes random items. Like,
what a massive extra waste. Because I just think about that with Overwatch cosmetics. There's like a particular skin that you want. You just end up with duplicates of stuff, which they put towards other things. But gosh, it's gotta be. I don't know what kind of mindset you'd have to be to like want to keep putting into it just to hope that you get that. Heck, even playing casually, that's part of, like, I remember when Soldier just had like the barbecue dad skin.
Oh
or whatever.
Man, yeah. Oh gosh.
And not getting that was like around the time that I quit. I'm like, that's stupid.
And the stickers, like, I don't use that shit.
Yeah.
Who uses stickers, man? Like, and like they're like in every freaking loot box. Randomly, it's just like, yeah, you have this, and some random color. That's it. I'm like, man, nobody wants this shit. It's like you get random shit that you were barely used in the freaking game.
Yeah.
So it keeps reading here like, what does this new notice mean? This new interactive element in game purchases include random items will be assigned to any game that contains in-game offers to purchase digital goods or premiums with real-world currency. They just admit it right there.
Yeah.
You use real freaking money. Fuck, man. Or with, let's see, virtual coins. Yeah, you still need to have real money to have virtual coins. Still, if you want more virtual coins, you need to buy with real money. Because grinding a lot on these type of games is just horrendous.
Yeah, they purposely make it long and arduous to just make you give up.
Exactly. Like, I'm just going to buy this shit. It's going to be more coins. Like, I was going to spend more dollars, $5 for at least 500 points or less. I don't know. So, or other forms of in-game currency that can be purchased with real-world currency for which the player doesn't know prior to purchase the specific digital goods or premiums they will be receiving. Man, you guys cannot hide this enough. In-game purchases, including random items. What is the difference? They just keep on putting in-game purchases and then parentheses, include random items. What's the difference in this shit, man? Like, anyways, you gotta get the point. Like, there's a lot of people here that cannot, how do I say it? They cannot control themselves, and they're impulsively like these kinds of stuff. What about kids? I mean, this is they put here T for teen.
Yeah, especially when you put this in Star Wars, which is kind of where it's finally started to blow up, Kids love Star Wars. Doesn't matter. They're not old enough to be jaded by, this movie's good or this movie's bad or whatever.
Exactly. I mean,
it's just a cool, awesome universe that people of all ages love. And kids really get into it. And then when you put that in Battlefront, which, one big battle scene that you're able to play out yourself. But,
the thing is that they put here teen for teen. Then what about the E eat for everyone, which is the sports game like Madden,
Yeah.
FIFA, 2K.
Which sells like crazy.
Exactly, and those are family-friendly games.
And
Kids play
there's
that.
like the parents that just like want something absolutely guaranteed safe. They're gonna pick like a racing game, or they'll just pick, oh, here's football. It's Madden.
Exactly. I just cannot believe that they just. Why they can't put like, yeah, there's gonna be gambling, just like they put like mischievous or blood and gore, cartoon violence, like just put it there. Just
Use
don't.
of alcohol.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, like. Yeah, man, it is, and I think they're going to stick with this for a long time unless it doesn't actually works, because I know it's not gonna work. Because I mean, even kids today, they play M for mature games.
Yeah, they're gonna There's plenty of parents that don't care. I was in a GameStop where, like, the 7 or 8-year-old wanted GTA 5, and the parent, like, the person behind the GameStop counter is like, "This is rated M. There's even like torture scene, including somebody getting hit in the testicles, gratuitous torture," and the parents just like, "I don't care." There's like millions of parents like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, good parenting. It all starts on the parents, and like these games are most of these games right now, like, let's see, Doom Eternal. I mean, it's very gory, very violent, and very diabolical.
Oh man. And
So
that stuff gets people worse than others. Like, I even seen a few Twitch streams of it here and there. I still had nightmares that night. Like, I'm of age and it's still not good for me,
Yeah, I'm more, Animal Crossing type of guy, even though I'm a grown ass man. But I like, choo-choos and animals.
I'm not against Doom as a whole.
Me neither,
I think it's an amazing day for gaming to have those two games out at the same time.
Exactly.
But
I
was intrigued enough to want to check it out. I'm not against it. I'm not against Doom existing. It's legendary.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I know what's good for me, and I also know what I like, and that's Animal Crossing.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yes, so this ESRB shit is just not going anywhere. They just completely ignored the fact that this is actually gambling, and it is actually nickel and dime. They just don't really care. They just, this is like a mafia right now. They don't care. So, in other news, it seems that Final Fantasy, for me right now, is the game of the year for now. This game.
Yeah. It's probably safe to say that this is the last great, amazing, PS4 game to come out. It's hard for me to say because I don't know what's coming up, but that it is for me anyway. I've highly anticipated this for a long time, and it's cool that we're talking about it because I only got my copy today.
Yeah,
it was cool how I was following the Remake Twitter. I don't really follow a lot of devs, but I did for Remake. They were so vocal about how everything with the pandemic was affecting their ability to get games at retail.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't complain. I got mine 4 days after it came out. And it felt like an eternity.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, what?
But it got here,
Yes, that's the most important. I mean, like, I was going to message you if it was actually, arrive at that same day, but I just, I just went to the game.
I would have let you know.
Of course. And, dude, damn, man, that game, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
It looks
like I was
gorgeous.
just telling you before we started, like, I was just sitting on the start game screen just because of the prelude at the beginning.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I just love it. It's...
Dude, I cannot believe Advent... How old is Advent Children?
Oof. That came out 2006? Let me look it up.
So it's over 10 years old. Probably.
Advent Children. 2005. This is 2000.
That was one of the most gorgeous computer graphics things. It was the best looking thing I'd ever seen in my life up to that point. Like the graphics of that, like seeing that in a game is an impossibility, and I see how astoundingly detailed just Midgar is in the opening cinematic.
Yeah,
of all that, and that the gameplay like holds up against the pre-rendered graphics like that, because like we're like out of this era where like the pre-rendered graphics are like blended in with, you know, the pre-rendered cinematics are like blending in so
you're actually playing the movie.
Yeah, and it makes me want to rewatch Advent Children, but seeing it like this, it's like, how is the actual gameplay of this Final Fantasy game, even best in my memory, is looking even better than Advent Children.
Exactly, yeah. It looks way better. It looks even the Blu-ray one. I have the Blu-ray one, and the game looks better.
Isn't that crazy, dude? That's crazy.
Wow.
The time, like what Square Enix did, and the time we're living in with graphics. And man, PS5's just around the corner.
Yeah, it's like it's just amazing once you think that 2005, we're talking about 15 years ago, right? Oof.
Man.
Yeah. 15 years ago, this movie came out and it surprised us.
Yeah.
15 years after, a game just came out. And surprised us even more. Like, the visuals of this game is just enormously gorgeous. It's just stunning. I mean, and I'm playing on base PS4. I'm not playing on the PlayStation on the Pro. I'm not
on the Pro. I don't have a solid state drive. I kind of wish I did. But it's not like the load times are terrible either.
No, not at all. None like the Final Fantasy 15. Oh my gosh, those load times were big, and that was because it was open world. So
they're like able to hide the load times in between the cinematics that look exactly like the game.
Oh yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, because you can still tell just a bit when it's in-game graphics or the CGI cinematic.
Yeah, there's like always more close-ups.
Exactly.
It's gonna be more detailed then.
Exactly. You can still tell, but it's very minimum. You can like say like it just looks almost the same. But damn, we're right there to achieve that because the PlayStation 5 can get to that level. I mean,
and Square Enix always leads the pack with that stuff, don't they?
Oh yeah. So there's a lot of stuff in this game. Suggestion. Suggestion. Last night, I ran into a huge bug. I glitched out.
You did?
Yeah, wow. I glitched out.
What happened?
So, I was fighting a boss, and then something happened that it threw me off the map, and then out of nowhere, there was a cutscene. And I was like, what the? I wasn't even done with the boss. I wasn't even done with the button. He just jumped me into a cutscene, and then I'm like, when the cutscene ended, everything was black, and I just hear them talking. I'm like, oh shit, no. The good thing is that I manually saved, because if you don't manually save, then if you go to previous boss battle, it's going to be also glitched, and if you're going to go back to the previous checkpoint, it will be glitched. So I suggest you to before going to a boss fight, or at least if you've done a lot of stuff without saving, save it manually. Like go to the.
Let me know ahead of time, thank you.
Yeah, because it can happen, and if you do not save. If you do not save manually, I don't know when was your last manually save. I mean, like, that's gonna be very frustrating, because you cannot get out of the glitch. Yeah. So, wow, I thank God that I just did that before that. So, Just do that, okay?
Glad that worked out for you.
Yes.
Thank you. You let me know ahead of time. Like I was saying just before we started, I got to squeeze in an hour's worth, which is not nearly enough time for Final Fantasy. But yeah.
No, yeah.
Let me know ahead of time.
So you got the physical copy, correct?
Yeah.
So how does the box look like? Cause I had the digital version, and I really want to have the box, but
I got
yeah.
the deluxe edition of it.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, I did. So I wasn't gonna pay $300 plus for first class. I'm not a huge figure guy. I love Amiibo, and so
Okay,
it would
right.
have been. I mean, it would have been neat just to have Cloud and the motorcycle.
Okay, yeah. Of
Oddly
course,
named the Hardy Daytona, I think.
Right.
Is the name of the motorcycle. But yeah, I have the deluxe edition. It opens from the side instead of on top.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was different. My copy of the game came with a Cactuar summon thing that I haven't redeemed. There's a code in there. A soundtrack CD, an art book, and then concerning the box, I kind of got two boxes because this comes with the steel book.
Nice.
And I hadn't put the game in the steel book, so like the deluxe edition box is a thicker, kind of reminds me of like PC style of games, so it'd have enough room for like the 3 or 4 discs, and then the instruction booklet that would come with it. The steel case. Why am I blanking? Steel box. I just said it. You know what I mean, though.
Yes, yes.
Steel book. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the steel book has just that perfectly. It's like just solid black slate against the, black and silver letters in the comment. And then on the flip side is the ever eternally beautiful Sephiroth amongst the flames that covers like the whole other side of it, so you could just face it whatever side that you
nice
for the steelbook. The soundtrack CD, it didn't have like a ton of tracks on it. It's like smaller, but all the big ones are there.
I mean, even the soundtracks in this game, like, dude, like, it has like every single type of genre, like, not like every genre, but it has like techno, it has instrumental, it had that orchestral type of music, like, man, like even dubstep, like, Jesus, this thing has
what's glorious
everything.
About playing the game is it's like 3 or 4 renditions of every song too.
Oh yeah.
Like, just running around and stuff, you just hear like a really like calmer version but tense version of like the traditional battle theme. And then when you get into the battle, it like picks up in like the big full orchestra. It's like there's 2 or 3 different versions of like every song that you can think of. That was, that stands out from the original game still.
Oh yeah.
So it's like even layered on top of new stuff. And,
yes.
It's the guy, Nobuo Uematsu, back, making new stuff for it. He came back for this. Because he was just doing freelance music for a long time. He just toured and did music. So he was out of Final Fantasy for a long time. I thought he stopped at like 9 or 10 or something like that. And so he was out doing tours and playing live music and stuff like that. And then he came back just for this.
Wow.
Just to help make new stuff. And Final Fantasy's music is maybe that's what makes me even a bigger fan of it. It's some of the best video game music like ever.
Indeed, even though this, the composer, like you said, he went like on hiatus on the Final Fantasy franchise, because Square Enix has a lot of more composers and all that. But him coming back, like, Jesus, like, he's doing a good freaking job. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just amazing. Man, this game right now, I can say that, okay, if they can make more parts, which they're going to make more parts.
Yeah. I reckon you think how long we'll have to wait, Cyber?
I don't know how long, but
I don't know, man. You would hope that it'd go faster because they kind of have like the engine done, so to speak. This game was like 5 years in development, I think. Maybe I'm off by a bit, but
it could
a chunk
be.
of that would be like building it from the ground up completely.
Yeah, because it's way different from the original game, the one that came on the PlayStation 1. It has more stuff in it. So yeah, it has more character development. You can actually like there's more background character in this type of Final Fantasy. So
yeah, it's more of a city now.
Yeah.
You're not just seeing more of it. You're like seeing like the lives of people and what it's like in the slums and everything.
Yeah. There's another thing that I really love about this game besides the graphics and the soundtrack is the combat system. And I know a lot of people does not like this kind of battle system. It reminds me of the Final Fantasy 15 battle system, but this battle system is freaking good. It's like I like turn-based RPGs. I like Persona, and that's turn-based, and this combat is just gorgeous. It's like it's a
blend of action.
Exactly. Yeah, you can really like switch characters and all that. Like, it's just great. It's hard.
It takes getting used to, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, and what bit I played, I mean, I already personally enjoy it more than say Kingdom Hearts.
Wow.
I think there's some people out there that like want to compare it. I don't think there's a comparison. I think it's like wonderfully tactile and different enough, even just from playing the demo and playing the first hour of the game just now. I'm a fan. I knew coming into it, like I kind of wasn't expecting it to be turn-based still. Like when these kinds of things happen, they want to just update it for the modern gaming landscape still.
Yeah. So for the second part, I don't know because I don't know if it's going to be like during the Advent Children type of arc.
Mm-hmm.
But they still need to at least cover the whole game. The first game on the PlayStation 1 game, Kaine, she's playing the original one first, and then she's going to jump in. Cool. She's going to jump into the new one. She told me that the new one ended very early. That's regarding on the old game. In the game, so there's more to it. So let's see if they can. I mean, 2 parts is good. They just don't make us buy a lot of, DLC and all that. Just, I mean, 40 hours is long. Now, if you can give us another 40 hours of the second half of the first game, because the first game had like how many discs? 4. I think it was 4. 3 or 4, yeah. So it was a long game, and this one is even longer because it covers like every freaking character.
Yeah, it's 2 Blu-rays, by the way, 100 gigs.
Damn. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So yeah. I would like to at least see before the Advent Children arc, because I really want that to happen. I don't know about you, Dan, but I really want to play the movie.
Yeah,
the Advent Children, the video game.
We can now, dude. They're going so detailed with everything that's happening in Midgar. Kind of wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, and there's more to it once you get it further in the game, because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of characters that you. Not even the first game of PlayStation 1, they were just like, oh, they're just characters. They're just there. Yeah. But now they have this background story. They have this deep lore. And then you just like, okay, this makes sense. And a lot of these characters are in Advent Children. Not talking about the protagonist and the team. We're talking about other ones that are in the Advent Children. And I really love to see that happening, man. Because, Jesus, I know that Final Fantasy VII is overcooked. It is. It has a lot of spin-offs. It has it has a movie. It also has like director's cut in the Blu-ray.
Yeah, just with games, like it's in the Crisis Core, and then like
the Vincent. Yeah, the Vincent.
Yeah.
I really want Vincent in the second part. I really want to know him a lot better. Even though I don't know if he appears in the first part, but that's up, to me to know further in the game. But I really want him in the game. I want the Advent Children in the game. That's all I want. Oh man. So yeah, the hype is real. So far, this is the game of the year, unless if Ghost of Tsushima takes the crown, because Dan Ghost of Tsushima is looking good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to add, Dan?
I'm looking forward to diving. I'm gonna be playing it like right after I'm done with other scheduled activities I have today, which probably won't be for another 4 hours or so. But I don't care. I'm gonna be up late today, just doing that.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean,
getting enough sleep to be able to get up and be responsible, so I can hurry up and get that over with, so I can play more.
Exactly. So if you guys think that this is the same game from the PlayStation 1, it's very different. It has the same characters, but it is very different. It has a lot of stuff. It has current stuff and old stuff too. So it is worth.
It doesn't matter like if you've played it a ton on the PlayStation 1. It's gonna go more in depth in ways that you're gonna appreciate.
Exactly. This is a really good remake, unlike Resident Evil 3, 6 hours. Gosh.
Yeah, if that for some people.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a remake, play Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's a remake, and that's how you should do it. Capcom. So yeah, without further ado, this will be it for today. Thank you for joining. This has been Zyberpunky.
This has been Officer Dan. Thank you for listening.
See you guys later.